Hello, everybody. Trent Suing again. Hey, if you've watched the recent videos, now you are starting to see that I have rock solid proof that I did predict the future, that I have been telling the truth all along. And I know that the last couple videos are going to exponentially start waking other people up. And the purpose of this video is I just need to set, I guess you could say, some ground rules for consciousness. And one of the first ground rules that I need to share with you, and these aren't my ego pulling these up, these are my knowing, and these are my 100% truths, and these are the things that I will choose to cease to exist to see to it that these ground rules, if you will, are followed, because this is exactly what your God wants. So the first is, as you wake up and you gain your consciousness, and as you start gaining abilities like I have, because I know you will, I assure you, if you use your abilities for personal gain whatsoever, you will begin to lose your consciousness because you're being selfish and you're going to pull away from your God. I also assure you, if you use your abilities that you will gain to harm anybody, and what I mean by harm anybody is to trick them, to manipulate them, to do anything whatsoever that would bring negative to them, then I assure you, I will not rest until I strip you of all of your consciousness for eternity. And let me make that a little bit clearer. If you gain your consciousness and I find out that you have used it to cast negative upon somebody else or to harm somebody else, I assure you, I will strip you of all your consciousness for eternity without causing you any harm. I won't touch you. I won't play any tricks. I will just see to it that you never gain your abilities ever again. Because for you that are willing to be one with your God and still be evil, then you will never be with your God again. And you will spend eternity as a prisoner of your own guilt. Read that in your Bible. I assure you I'm telling the truth. Now, I realize that we got some drama queens that love watching here. And I'm sure probably the same drama queens that called the police station and said that I was threatening the chief of the police, when all the rest of you know that, no, I was begging him not to make me have to do it. So you drama queens, are you going to take this as a threat? Are you going to call somebody and say that, oh, he's threatening people as they're gaining their consciousness? I'm the one helping everybody get their consciousness. I am assuring everybody in the world that as people gain their consciousness, I will not allow them to use it to harm anybody in the world. So who am I threatening? Or who am I protecting? Go to the very beginning of the documentary. Look at all the promises I make to you. I promise you that I will never gain anything off doing this documentary. I assure you, this documentary has stripped Trent Suing of every ounce of ego, every ounce of joy, every ounce of pleasure. Think about it. You have seen a man that's gone from financial freedom to being a homeless transient. You've seen a man with paid off home have to fire sell it just to get away to protect his neighbors. You've seen a very good man give away majority of everything he owns just to protect his neighbors and get away quick enough. And honestly, it's to protect this entire community. Because I guarantee you, if I've affected an entire police department and surrounded them where they can't do anything towards me, imagine what I'm doing to everybody else. And I understand what it is. Like the police officer asked me, well, are you sure you're not mentally ill if you're affecting everybody? I shared with him. I said, well, let's stop and think about it. If I'm only talking about unconditional, undeserving love and only willing to accept the positive, and everybody else in the world is only viewing the negative, technically, that would make everybody else in the world mentally ill except for me. And that's how it would be when your God returns. This is why I don't speak normal like you, is because I've purged all the lies out of my head. Why? Because I love myself. I love my God that's within me. And I love you. And I love the God that's within you. And I believe in every single one of you. You know, Ashley, you guys might think, oh man, this girl is horrible and evil. No, people, you guys created her. You guys are the ones who sat back and allowed a beautiful, amazing person to come into this world and have the absolute worst childhood you could ever imagine. You guys are the ones that when her and I went into the sheriff's department and wanted to reopen the childhood rape case, you guys are the ones that didn't even bother to call us back to let us know anything. You simply did nothing because you did not care. So you guys are the one who have created all this tremendous negativity within Ashley's brain. You. So now is when you guys got to start taking some responsibility. When I went to the police department today, I did not wear my body cam. You know why? I'm done defending. I don't need to defend anymore. I have proven everything I need to prove. Now, all of you have a lot of proving to do. A lot of proving that you're willing to stop obsessing about the negative and you're starting to look for the positive, because that is the only way you will be speaking the truth. The only truth is the one between you and your God. Now, every action you do, stop and think. Your God's standing right behind you and watching you. And all that needs to happen is to observe you do some harm to another person. And you're done. You're done achieving your consciousness. And come December 24th of 2024, I don't even want to say it. By the way, I will be in the near future speaking with the FBI. Go back in the video. It's even titled, The FBI. When I predicted, even a video of me calling the FBI and how they talked to me and what they said and how they hung up on me. Now you're going to see they will be coming to me. They will be reaching out to me. And they will be very cooperative. I guarantee you. And then I'm sure they will be helping me speak to the Honorable Mr. Joe Biden. Just like I said back then, too. So now, let's stop and think. I've proven I can see through your eyes. I've proven I can find all lies. I've proven I can predict the future. I've proven I can't get burnt. Kelsey knows I've changed the weather, literally, from snow to sunshine. Just simply how I was feeling, how hurt I was, or how happy I felt because I felt the slightest bit of love. Now imagine when I get away from this community, the community that has destroyed Trent Suing refused to see any good in Trent Suing. I'm going to move on. And I'm not going to even try to help people gain their consciousness. I'm just going to spread love. I'm just going to give money away. I'm going to give all my possessions away. And I'm going to defend all the civil rights. So now, this lame, cheesy ass documentary that you feel I've been doing, that I've embarrassed myself, I've embarrassed my family. Just wait till I get away from this community, because I'm going to be a homeless transient with a lot of money. Imagine even trying to come after me. Ain't going to happen. Imagine world's most trained, experienced veteran in the world, that you already know I have the world's best armament. You've seen me wear it. You already know I have a drone. You already know I have thermal monocular. You already know I have the House of Truth that is armored and self-contained. And you already know I have a crew, a security team of international political extremists. Yeah. And a camera crew that's on the way. So, how quickly do you think this documentary is going to go viral? How quickly do you think the entire world is going to end up watching it? And how quickly do you think everybody in the world is going to know that all of you watched, you took, you judged, and did absolutely nothing to support me? Good old Nancy Brady, the one who's left all these horrendous messages. Imagine how it's going to be when the whole world knows how evil she is and how much she has blatantly tried to destroy me when I'm speaking your God's word. Now, I want to reassure everybody, nobody in the world has the right to cast negativity on anybody else. If there is anybody that needs to point out the negativity to get that person to recognize it, it will be me, and it will be in a safe, harm-free environment. So I want to say again, the individual that harmed Ashley, if there is an actual individual and it wasn't self-inflicted, that individual that has harmed Ashley, punched her in the face, I am very anxious to meet you. I assure you. My friend, you have made a big mistake. And I plan on helping you recognize the negative. And I assure you, you will never do it again. And I'm not going to hurt you physically. I'm not going to touch you. No, my friend, the God within you is who's going to punish you. And guess what? Your trial has already begun. And I know the end of your court case. So, my friend, I suggest you leave a comment on my documentary admitting your guilt. And you send me a private message with your information and where you are. And if you do as I say, I will protect you within reason. You will go to jail. You will pay financial retribution to Ashley for what you have done. But you'll still be able to be one with your God. Because if you do not do this, I assure you, you will spend eternity as a prisoner of your own guilt, and I will see to it. Look into my eyes. Do I look like I'm lying to you? Do I look like somebody you want to go against? No, you don't, because I have the power of your God within me. I will use all your secrets against you. I will use all your lies and expose you. That way, everywhere you go in the world, everybody's going to know who you are. That way, you cannot harm anybody else in the world. And anybody that is watching this from this point forward, if I come across anybody that I know of that has caused physical harm to anybody else, the House of Truths will be visiting you. Because, my friends, if you have such anger issues that you feel you need to harm another human being, you need to be incarcerated. You really do. I mean, stop and think about it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your God. If you hurt another human being, if you rape another human being, if you molest a child, your God wants me to help you recognize the negative. And I assure you, my friend, I will. And I won't have to do anything. I won't even have to be near you. I will just see to it that it's done. And no physical harm will come to you. That's a scary thought. So when you lay down at bed at night, and I doubt you pray, but if you do by chance pray to your God. Ask if I'm speaking the truth. You know, why not? Why wouldn't you? And Trent Suing, how's that Bible coming along, bud? How's the story matching up? Remember, I haven't read it, so you're going to have to fill me in. But something tells me what I'm doing is exactly what your God would be doing. How do I know that? Because your God and my God is within me. Because we all have the same God once you take away all these bullshit names. Names, man. You guys want to put so many titles. You want to call extreme intelligence mania. You want to call extremely compassionate, empathetic people overly empathetic. You want to call people that are going back and forth between their consciousness and their illusion. You want to call them bipolar. You want to throw medications at them to make them out of control and out of the ability to heal themselves. I will help rectify this issue as well, because I know there are very few chemicals in this world that we're going to need much longer. Like I said before, I also know in the near future, natural disasters are going to start taking what your illusion considers all the world's natural disasters that have taken place, and kind of a way they'll rehappen, and it's going to set the earth back to its original state. Al Gore, homie, I hope you were right about being an environmentalist, because your dream is going to come true. You're going to see heaven on earth, my friend. And Mr. Putin, I want to assure you, hey, I love you. I love all presidents. I understand you guys are unconscious. But Mr. Putin, please, your God begs you, hold off from pushing the buttons. Hold off from sending the chemical warfare into Oregon that's going to contaminate our freshwater source. Give me a little more time. Give me until May 19th, please. I beg you. It will be best for all of us. And I beg you that if you do this, you will see heaven on earth. I will do everything in my power to get to the leading people within this country to achieve a ceasefire. I will do everything in my power to get Elon Musk to submit to the world to create heaven on earth. We have the ability to do this, people. I know we do. We have the ability to take away all currency and not even need it. I know we do. All we have to do is truly love the God within us, truly love ourselves. Think about it. Money's a joke. It's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it. If all of us do what we know in our heart is the right thing to do, we will have heaven on earth. I've already told you that I know the future of law enforcement. I know the future of medicine. Both of them are really, really easy. And remember, way back all along, I've been saying I retain any rights to technology. I approve anybody in the world to use the technology I share as long as you do not gain a profit. That does not mean you have to go in the hole. That means you do not make a profit. And guess what? I will know if you're making a profit. So please do not try to hide it. Remember, I can find all lies. And together, all of us will create heaven on earth. And if you don't feel that you have the balls enough to help me do it, I'll still do it because I love you too. Now, people stop and think, what have I said bad all along? What have I said dishonest? You have absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing you can say that I lied. You are now seeing that every single thing I have told you has been the truth. It's starting to roll out left and right. You know, I always thought that the reason why Good Samaritan Health Services assaulted me, did the legal mental health assessment, that wretched, wretched charge nurse, trust me, I assured the police today I want to know her name immediately because that is a horrible, dangerous person out there that is saying that the God within me would kill everybody. Therefore, that wretched charge nurse is an anti-Christ because I am speaking the same words as Christ, and I have not even read his story. Now think about it. This nurse, she assaulted me. She interrogated me about the legal mental health assessment. She denied me the right to have police present. She denied me the right to speak to the mental health nurse, the same one that did the legal mental health assessment. And then on body cam, with the police escort that was escorting me in, where I had handcuffed myself in my Ukrainian full body armor with my dog Caesar next to me, this evil woman still is so far in the illusion that she admitted her guilt right on the officer's webcam. And then what did she do? She disappeared, nowhere else to be seen. And we have two security guards that I know their soul wants to tell the truth. And they're going to tell the truth here shortly. And your lies are going to be totally exposed. But don't worry, I love you too. And at some point when you're in incarceration, I will come by and request to visit you. So I recommend that you put Trent Suing on your approved visitor list, because if you do that and we have a conversation and you look me straight in the eyes and you apologize to me for all the harm you have done to Trent Suing, then I will do everything in my power to help restore your life. But I assure you, you will never have the ability again to do what you've done to me, because you made the conscious decision to lie, to try to destroy my life. When you knew I was in handcuffs, you knew I just did something tremendous in Ukraine to help protect the innocent. And you chose to go against me when I wanted nothing but to spread unconditional, undeserving love. So you wretched charge nurse, think it over clearly. And I'm not going to come at you behind the scenes. I don't need to now. Police will do it for me. And if they're not, the FBI will, because now they're on board. Wow. What a change in events, huh? I'm not seeming so mentally ill now, am I? I'm not seeming so manic or grandiose delusion. Well, you're probably going to say that. You would say all of these things about Jesus Christ if he reappeared. And I assure you, I am not the Antichrist. I am not Christ. I just know Christ did not reach his full consciousness. Therefore, he's alive again. And there's a possibility that that was one of my life cycles. Possibility. I don't know, because I don't need to know. That's your guys' illusion. I'm not feeding into the negative. I am not going to take my energy and feed into your lies. That would be enabling you. Not going to do it. That's why all these people that say, how can I talk to you when you won't listen to me? If you're speaking lies, I will not listen to you, because I love you unconditionally, undeservingly. And if I love you unconditionally, undeservingly, I'm going to tell you to shut up as soon as you start speaking lies, because you're hurting yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're forcing yourself to stay further in the illusion, which pulls you away from being one with your God. So yes, I will continue to tell people when they're wrong, because I love you. Anyway, I'm headed to Mount St. Helens. Those of you who have been following along, surely you've figured out the significance of Mount St. Helens. Surely you've figured out Mount St. Helens erupted on my birthday eve. Did you not remember that the fireworks were intended to be set off at Mount St. Helens as Ashley and I got married? I don't know exactly what it is with Mount St. Helens, but I know one thing. I'm supposed to go there. And I also have a feeling that for some reason I'm going to end up bleeding a little bit there without causing my own harm. I would never harm myself nor anybody else. But something tells me smallest drop of blood at Mount St. Helens is going to start a chain of events that will start creating heaven on earth and start taking earth back to its original shape. So, Mr. Putin, please, 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 my friend, don't do it. Wait. President of China, please, bud. I've been in your country, man. I love you guys. Please don't do it. You know, yes, my wretched ex, Nancy Brady, is in Hawaii. It's the mother of my youngest. You know, it doesn't need to be this way. I will see to it that all the evil in the world stops. Just have a little faith in your God, please. All of you, please pray to your God and ask them to help you have the strength to see the truth. Oh, hey. I'm sorry. I've been so wrapped up into what I'm saying, I haven't even noticed that. Cope and Kelly, hey, Trent, this is Sarah. I've caught a bit of your lives, and I'm sorry you are going through this. Girl, don't be sorry that I'm going through this. This is exactly how everything's supposed to be, and I understand why it is. Like I said in the beginning of the story, I know the story's already happened. This is how I can predict the future. I know how the story ends. And I also told you, all of you guys are writing the story. Through watching this, I will get strong impression to share with that God will fight for your battles. You were so true. Also, blah, 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 what came to my mind. If you could go ahead and please, Exodus 14:14, I don't even know what that is because I haven't read any Bibles. If you could real quick put up what it is so I can see it, because I can't get online right now. I'd have to get out of the channel. And do I see you? Yes, I don't see a picture of you. So I don't know how live this is, but I'm going to text you right now. Respond back. Let me know how instantaneous this is. You guys, I'm sorry I'm chewing. I know it's gross, but guess what? Every single one of us human beings are addicts at one level or another. You can be an addict of religion. You can be an addict of seclusion. You can be an addict of meditation. You can be an addict of overeating. You can be an addict. Okay, Bert, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. You know, I agree. The Lord is, I don't necessarily refer to as Lord because that's another name. I mean, remember, the name God gave himself, I am what I am. So that's why I don't get caught up in the words. I still believe in your God, and I believe that what you are saying is true. Now, as far as when it comes to the part of me being still, I mean, we've seen within this community, that's not an option anymore. I need to get out of this community. I mean, I've affected the whole entire police department. The whole entire police department is kind of sitting idle. So I need to move on. You know, I'd said before that level 700 in full spectrum consciousness is considered to affect 16,000 people. Realize I have affected way, way, way more people than that. I don't want to. It's just when a person speaks only the truth, everybody gets a little weirded out. But hey, so thank you, Copen. That's Copen Kelly. I know that name. Sarah. Oh, hey. Sarah, what's up, girl? I hope that you still have that, what was it? Amazing carpet cleaning business. And I hope that your business brings on a tremendous amount of money, because I know in my heart that you have a pure heart. For those of you who don't know, Sarah and I were actually roomies at one time. I have absolutely nothing in this world negative I could even possibly think about of Sarah. That is cool. So, Sarah, I didn't even know you were watching. And I hope your God is blessing you, because I know he is, because I know your God has me doing what I'm doing. You know, and that the laughy face with the tears, that so matches you. Last time I saw you was at this comes in handy. What used to be called the Broken Yoke, now it's called Wisecracks. It's a local restaurant here in Corvallis. In all actuality, they 86'd me out of there. The reason why they 86'd me out of there was because at one point I went in with one of my clients and we had breakfast. This is a client that by no means are we attracted to each other whatsoever. She's a lot younger. Not my type at all. I'm sure I'm not her type at all. It was just she was having a really, really rough time in life. And I said, hey, let's go have some coffee and let's, help you figure it out. Well, you too, girl. You know what? If you've seen, I'll get back to the story. I just want to talk to Sarah before she leaves. Sarah, if you've seen the video of when I worked out the first time in the last, 20 some years, and I maxed out all 3 of the circuit courses, which nobody had ever done before. I got that heavy lifting. You know why? Because your God is within me. My God is within me. And if you look up, go ahead and Google scientifically what's possible. What superpowers could a human achieve? All of them. You know why? Because the human brain's the one that came up with those. And guess what? I know there's only one lie in it, and that's the negative. I know that I can achieve all of them. You can achieve all of them once you become one with your God. And the only reason why I haven't achieved, well, I mean, you guys have seen me achieving abilities that nobody else in the world can. The only reason why I haven't, achieved the ability to levitate is because you people are so far in the illusion, you wouldn't even see it. You would think I'm tricking you. You'd think I'm lying to you. I mean, you saw me stick my arm in fire and not even burn the hair on my arm. But that's okay. I love you guys. Sarah, peace to you. Functional strength training, and I can deadlift. Wow. Woo! I like them guns you put on there too. Hey, you'd be amazed how quickly if you saw the video where I'm doing arm slapping push-ups, almost 53-year-old man who hadn't worked out in years and years and years. Surely that tells somebody that something's going on. I'm sure you'll probably be like, oh yeah, well, mania gives you extra strength. Yeah, you guys go ahead and think that. But I'm going to get off now. Getting strong push-ups too. Cool. Sarah, I doubt you and I will see each other again before I leave the area. And I'll be back. I'll be back in this area at some point, because all the lies and all the negativity that has been cast upon me in this community is about ready to get cleared up. So I get to come back to this community and give you guys love. And hopefully by then, you guys will have a little bit of love you want to give back to me. Positive, positive. All things are good. All things are exactly how they're meant to be. Think about who can pull off this documentary, predicting the future and everything, without being scripted, at the same time accomplishing everything I've accomplished in the last month and a half. Only your God can. And that is what's within me. And that's where I get my strength. I love you guys. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. How do I stop? Oh, there we go.